Hey guys, I'm just gonna do a video today on the Leapers UTG sights, iron sights, both the Pro and their regular series. Um, this is just a comparison and overall review and my thoughts on the pair. So right now I have both front sights out to show you. This is the standard, they're made in China one. And then this is the Pro series. I just am showing you the box here. These come in a very similar box, but you can see on here it's got, I think the other one has a flag on it, but the big part's going to be made in USA. So the Pro series are technically their made in America version, and you can see here that they do look pretty different initially just out of the box. Both of them are, according to the site, they're both an anodized finish. This is just a matte anodized is what they're saying. So nice part to that is it's not going to have the same glare or shimmer to it, I guess, in like a low light situation, so it's a little more tactical that way. But anytime it's more of a matte, it's gonna scuff a little easier than something like this. Obviously you could see this is gonna kind of have that standard front post sight style to it, flared out, where this is just straight. Upside to this, if you got a slim profile handguard, like I'm putting this on a Midwest Industries, because these flare out and these are straight, there's not as much material there to worry about catching and hooking on it to flip them up. They both operate the same way. You can see they have a nylon little ball in there that acts as their kind of resistant piece and their locking mechanism. So when you flip them up, right, they're gonna flip up. This pin's gonna pop out and lock it up, which I really like because you don't have to worry about it getting bumped down, but there's no button you have to hit to unlock it to flip it up. So then to push it back down, you're just gonna hit the button and then it can go down. Downside, that pin is pretty small to hit, so if you're wearing gloves or you're running maybe a tactical light off to the side, it's might be hard to get to. But if you end up having to use these, more than likely you're not going to be putting them back down because your red dot or your primary optic has gone down, so you're running these because they're your backups. They both use a 3mm Allen wrench to attach, and they are technically 5.6 centimeters in length when down, or 2 inches. And then they perfectly co-witness when up. I believe they said this is from the posts here on the side. They're technically like a 1/2 inch in height. I did see a couple complaints on these in particular. I haven't seen any other reviews on these. Their complaint was that the adjustment piece is on, it would be the right hand side. So because that, it pushes your sight posts slightly off to the left. Now the one thing would be is if you run a backup rear flip up sight, right? So this is also the Pro series. You can see they're very similar. I don't have the other one of these. It's still on the rifle that I took this one off of. It looks pretty much identical to this, but in this same style. Their complaint was, it pushes off to the left. Well, if you're running the rear one of these, and you're going to sight it in, you can adjust your left to right accordingly, and it shouldn't matter at all. I like these because if you want to change this, all you're going to do is going from that wider view to that narrow, more precise view, you're just flipping that. Actually, and I've seen, I think it's the new Magpul polymer ones, that's what they've gone to because it's far easier to change that. They got a nice, relatively large knob here for adjusting that, and then they do have the marker here, like I said, so if you're adjusting for your wind or if those are slightly angled. but to help you get that zeroed better according to the way your rifle shoots. Again, like I said, these are the made in USA. So that was kind of a big part as to why I bought them, because I was like, awesome, made in USA. But realistically, aside from everything else, they're machined out of, it's like a T60, 61 or something, aluminum. Don't quote me on that. With steel internal components. What else? These, I believe their MSRP is $32.99 on the main Leapers website, and then these MSRP at $42.99. So for a $10 difference, and then to get American, that's why I went with these. Obviously, like a comparison to like Magpul and stuff like that, I mean, just one of these, so I got a whole set for just under, around that $80 mark. I think I used a coupon, so I got a little bit off on Optics Planet, but so for a set, I got it for around $80, where you go with like a Magpul or Troy or even Midwest Industries, and you're spending anywhere from $50 to $80 just for one, right? So, and I've been running these on a couple guns, the cheap ones here, on a couple guns for years, and I haven't had a problem with these at all. I mean, I'm not necessarily using them all the time because I'm running my primary optic, but for what they are and what they're worth, they've held up just fine with all the shooting I've done. I haven't had any like fall apart on me. So, but that's why I went with these. Like I said, again, made in USA. So I went with those because of that, and then I wanted the matte finish, and I liked the just the vertical prongs on here, just for keeping it from catching on my handguards, like when I'm running a sling or like flashlights, any of that. So it just helps keep the profile down a little bit. But that's just my overall view comparison. I do like them weight wise. I would honestly say these feel a little bit lighter. You can see, I mean, just that to that, they do take a bit more material off of the body itself that way. Even down here, cut that down a little. But I would say I like them, and I guess that's my overall view. If you have any questions or comments, just feel free to leave them below. Thanks.